Hey guys, Kinda Funny is having a holiday sale. That's right. If you go to kindafunny.com/store for the next week, from Black Friday until the next Friday, you can get 10% off everything in the entire store. That's all the beautiful shirts that you know and love. That's the cups, the mugs, the stickers, all of that stuff is there. And the Let Him Host shirt's there for this week only. You need that. You need that in your life. Oh, are these all the T-Shirt Tuesday shirts that we exclusively had only on those Tuesdays? Yeah, they're back for 1 week only. All of them in one place. Buy them for you. Buy them for your sister, your friend, your neighbor, whoever you want to buy them for, even people you don't know. It's going to be great. 10% off. Kindafunny.com/store. This episode is brought to you by Loot Crate. Would you classify yourself as a geek, gamer, or pop culture nerd? Then this is the subscription box for you. For less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items of gamer and pop culture licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more. Make sure to head to lootcrate.com/KFGames and enter code KFGames to save $3 on any new subscription. Not that long ago, and depending on where you live, not so far away, Loot Crate blasted off into a voyage across the galaxy, searching the far reaches of space to find universally awesome gear. Using December's Star Wars The Force Awakens loot as a launch pad, we landed on some equally cosmic items from Halo 5 and more. With an exclusive Funko Pop and an exclusive shirt in this month's crate, this is the loot you're looking for. Remember, you only have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. So go to lootcrate.com/KFGames and enter code KFGames to save $3 on your new subscription today. All right, third topic of the day. I want us to predict the Game Awards winners. All right.
Greg Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, before we even get into the topic, if it's still
we don't
time,
know.
Which no, it should be. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be good. No matter when you're listening to this, you should still be able to vote. I mean, if it's voting up until.
Try to vote for me.
Yeah.
Go to thegameawards.com, click on nominees, click on trending gamer, and if you can still vote for me there.
Go to the library. If anyone is still logged in, vote for him there.
Yeah.
Go to your mom's house.
You vote by hashtag TGA Greg Miller or going on their site and then clicking this and going to their Facebook wall. I don't understand Facebook.
And remember, other hashtags include TGA Greg Miller's ego and
You can-
TGA PewDiePie.
No, don't do the PewDiePie. The PewDiePie one is detrimental to what we're doing. But you're welcome to do TGA Greg Miller and then in a separate hashtag, TGA Greg Miller's ego.
So what I wanted to do, I thought it'd be fun. The Game Awards are coming on either tomorrow if you're listening to this as the breakout, or next week if you're listening to this on Patreon. I wanted to go through each of the different categories, go through the nominees, and kind of say who we think's gonna win.
So
not who we think should win.
Okay, so we're predicting what'll really
gonna
win the category. Gotcha.
Yes. And so the up front here is nominees for the Game Awards are selected by a jury of 31 international media. In some cases, the jury's provided advanced review code of upcoming games in order to meet the Game Awards judging deadlines. Games must have been commercially released by Tuesday, November 24th to be eligible for awards. Esports nominees were voted on by an advisory panel consisting of esports media and sites.
Yoda won.
So the people voting on it is this like collection of high-ups at all the different gaming journalism companies.
Talmadge Blevins is on this
He
panel.
is. He
Ben
is.
Howard of GameSpot.
And Howard of GameSpot.
Ben Howard.
Oh, Ben Howard. I thought you said Ben Howard.
Just
And
dude
Howard of GameSpot.
This guy Howard we have around.
Yeah.
He's got opinions.
So it's cool. Got a couple of our friends doing some stuff there. Let's start big. Game of the year.
We're starting with the granddaddy of them all.
The only way to go.
Give me the
Greg.
nominees, Tim.
Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain, Super Mario Maker, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
So see, this is tricky order-wise because the way that these awards have worked in the past, if something wins in one category, it's like not going to sweep necessarily. I feel like part of their voting ethos is like, well, if we give this one best action adventure, then let's not give a game of the year. We've still honored it, but we can give something else game of the year.
we give somebody else.
I think it's Metal Gear.
Yeah,
I think it's Metal Gear because then I can see them not giving Metal Gear like the random ass other things.
And your winner for random ass other thing.
I'm going to say Fallout 4.
See, here's my thing. My dilemma is I think it'll be Super Mario Maker.
I agree.
And I think it's going to be because Fallout and Metal Gear are going to divide the votes, and then your Nintendo diehards will go through with Nintendo.
Yes.
We agree. Good job.
We agree.
Someone
I think
chronicle
Super Mario
these
Maker.
guesses.
Tally them down.
Someone
Tom Hawkins. Put these on the boards, Tom.
Developer of the Year, Bethesda Game Studios, CD Projekt Red, From Software, Kojima Productions.
Yeah, right.
Nintendo.
It's got to be CD Projekt.
I think it's going to be CD Projekt as well.
I agree.
Just because they really
Free
no
DLC.
no one knew that they were capable.
Yeah.
of that.
Great game, free
perfectly
DLC. They were the first thank you letter this year to fans in their game and all this stuff. Like, I definitely think that's where you honor them.
I think all that's good, but I really do think it's so much simpler. It's like that they delivered a game no one knew that they were capable of making. It's the same thing I always say about Techland with Dying Light. Like, no one knew that they could make this game.
Yep.
You know, so I think they win almost by default.
Even with The Witcher 2 being so great, the stuff that they were promising in The Witcher 3, just like, oh my God, it's going to be this big. And then, do you remember the sensation you got? Like, I don't know, I didn't play it much before release at all, but like, people who would play it would come back and would have that look in their eyes of like, holy shit, like they did it? This like Polish dude, damn.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's an Eastern European like renaissance in games right now. It's really, really cool to watch with Metro and with Witcher and with Dying Light and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of games coming out of there that are like really good.
Mm-hmm.
Best independent game. Axiom Verge gets Nick's vote for sure.
Of course.
Her Story. Ori and the Blind Forest.
Which isn't an independent game.
Rocket League.
Oh.
Undertale.
It's got to be Rocket League, but
Yeah.
I'm like, what is I'm curious about their criteria for this. Microsoft published Ori. That's not an independent game.
Moon
the
But if it's an
Studio is
independent
freestanding.
developer that
Yeah,
then they
but-
publish from,
But
that's
then
probably
Tomb
there.
Raider is an independent game. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm with you. I'm just saying.
Um,
I'm with you, Rocket League. I think Rocket
Yeah, I
League
don't think Ori's
took
gonna
the world
win
by
it anyway.
storm.
Square published. Tomb
Rocket
Raider,
League
so-
might be my personal game of the year.
I think it's
Straight
going to win Game of the Years for sure.
Yeah, I've said that too. That's I mean, I've been like a lot of, like, I know you guys like it. I've been beating the drum of that game for a long time. Where I'm like, this game's really gonna fucking blow people away. And
Yep.
I legit think that game's gonna win Game of the Year from like big outlets for sure. Yeah, I would say Rocket League out of that list. That's a great list of games though.
Yeah.
Ori was also one of my favorite. That's like the first Metroidvania I ever like 100%ed, and
Oh,
I
wow.
think it's because of the movement in it. It just felt good to go around and backtrack and stuff like that. I just like, I liked it.
But I just hate it's what just to that topic though, not to belabor the point, but it reminds me of like back in the day at IGN when we used to have conversations about, well, we used to give like downloadable game of the year, right?
Yeah.
And then we were just like, well, it's just a game. And with the same thing with independent games, it's like, why are we stigmatizing them basically as independent games? Especially when I will contend that one of those games is decidedly not independent.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're just doing it to make sure, like, to give these guys an award.
It's just downloadable small game of the year.
Yeah,
It's
that
just-
was,
I'm just like,
that'd be a
I
better
really-
way. Small studio that you. Small
I really
studio
think
game
that
of the year.
like games, like a few of those games can go head to head with the games that you listed in Game of the Year. But I
what
digress.
is Undertale? I don't know if I know what that is.
So Undertale is like it's kind of a JRPG or an RPG kind of looking thing. It looks like it's a Shining Force or an early Final Fantasy in terms of the viewpoint. But the thing is, you like in your monster, it has modern sensibilities. It's not like, I don't know if it's set in the modern day, but like when you meet a monster, you can like try to like figure out what the deal is with this monster, and like they have weird personality stuff going on, and you can like you can beat the game or get through conflicts by, you know, fighting and doing weird attacks, or by like having conversations. And it has this very subversive feel to it that takes a lot of these sort of RPG genre staples and just like makes it as if someone wrote it in like, I don't know, wrote it off of some very sort of modern, God, my words are failing me, but like,
This is why you're a writer.
yeah.
His books.
I haven't actually played it
now.
myself.
You're doing a great job because we all would have gone. I don't know what it is.
But yeah, that's why it's been gaining a lot of attention, is because it's a sort of creative and subversive take on an RPG.
Best mobile / handheld game. Downwell. Don't know what that is. Do you?
Oh yeah, I've been playing Downwell a bunch.
Is this mobile? Is it one of your touchy touch games?
Yeah.
Get out of here. You
No, you
nerd.
hold it vertically, and basically your dude is always falling down a well. You can move left or right, and you can arrest your descent by shooting, or you can just keep plummeting. And there's just various enemies that you kind of try to get through, and there's power ups you can get along the way. But you know, and every time you start anew. Twitch kind of thing. Really challenging, but kind of cool. I like
Wake
it a
me
lot.
when it's on Vita and has a platinum trophy.
Oh, God. Fallout Shelter. Lara Croft Go. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And Pac-Man 256.
What a terrible fucking list. They ignore all these awesome 3DS and Vita games that came out this year for this nonsense. Danganronpa, another episode. Next.
Right in. It's
I'm
gonna be
watching-
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone
that's the
played
thing.
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
played Lara Croft Go, and it's cool, but it's like it never really reached the like challenge that I wanted it to.
Sure.
I agree.
Like it was always like almost awesome. Pac-Man 256, I think is fucking great. Did any of you play that at
Didn't
all?
play it.
It's super cool. It's just Pac-Man, but like on.
Is it on
freaking-
Vita?
It's like
It's
Crossy
not.
Road Pac-Man, right?
Yeah, and it's just insane. The visuals
Where's
are
Dragon
crazy.
Fin
It's like a rave. But yeah, I think Fallout Shelter is the winner there. Best narrative: Her Story, Life is Strange, Tales from the Borderlands, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, or Until Dawn.
Life is Strange will win.
You think so?
Yeah.
Tales from the Borderlands is a critical darling as well, though.
I
don't
think
that's
Life
gonna
is Strange
win.
being new IP is gonna I think Tales from the Borderlands is gonna be a little hurt by the fact that it takes place
It's
in the
Borderlands,
Borderlands
yeah,
universe,
yeah.
which
And it was funny, but was it a great narrative? Was it a great story?
Yeah.
I see the
Wait,
argument.
Do you
Well,
think
so-
Until Dawn gets a chance?
No, I think
Unfortunately not.
I'm saying the winner will either be Her Story or Life is Strange. Because Life is Strange is definitely one people love as well.
I'm gonna before we give our answer for that one.
I
I'm gonna
just gave
skip.
my answer. It's done.
I'm gonna skip ahead a bit
What?
to.
Unprecedented.
There was a topic called Games for Change.
The fuck does that mean?
Sibel.
Yep.
Her Story, Life is Strange, Sunset, or Undertale.
What does that mean though? What is a life?
I'm
Games for
assuming it
Change.
means like.
They didn't want to say social justice games.
Yeah.
They made a step forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
I don't know.
So do you
Games
think
with a
that would
message?
affect the story one? You know,
Not
like would maybe Her
necessarily.
Story, Life is Strange win this?
No, because I mean, if we're reading into change correctly, then if I'm going down your argument road and we're reading into the change correctly, then change is Life is Strange. Her Story would be story
Okay.
or narrative. Is that what it was?
Best narrative.
That's
You don't think
interesting,
that
'cause
Witcher
with-
3 will get it?
No.
Because with Her Story and with Until Dawn, I feel like maybe it's not so much the narrative as like the narrative structure, like the narrative mechanics and the way it unfolds,
Sure.
as opposed to like if you were to just sit down and read the story of it,
Yeah.
is it cool? But you know, that's all tied up in that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Until Dawn is one of my favorite games of the year by far. But it's not because of the nature. It's the nature of the story, but not the substance of the story. It's very tropey. I mean, that's the idea of the game.
4.0, bitch.
So I think, yeah, thanks, Emily. What a fantastic game, but yeah, I don't think it's the nature. It's not like fucking Children of the Corn or Rosemary's Baby or something where it's like a really brilliant horror story. It's as tropey and teen horror as it gets. So I think it was. I think Chris is right. I think that it doesn't win any points out of that. I think it wins like the uniqueness points. I think it's probably the most unique game I've played this year.
And when you're talking about story, I mean, Witcher is a great game, but like we always talk about, it's super dense. Like, you know what I mean? Once you get Ciri, what is happening? What is going on anymore?
I forgot what I played that game so long doing nothing in that game, like just doing side quests. I don't even know what the fuck the game's about anymore. I mean, that's that like so I don't know if I forgot what I was even supposed to be doing after a while.
I
I
feel
don't
like
even
for
know
like
what's going on.
volume of narrative, because there's so many cool little side stories
Sure.
about little creatures and people in towns and stuff, and they all like have a spark of life to them in a way that like other open world
100%.
narrative games like don't necessarily have. But yeah, again, like in terms of kind of like a cohesive narrative experience, maybe it's not that.
Yeah, it's
All right,
definitely.
so-
I'm sorry. Yeah, go
Well,
on.
just final say. Life is Strange or Her Story? I'm gonna go Life is Strange.
For what? What are we talking
Best
about?
narrative.
Well, I would say life. I would say Life is Strange.
Yeah, I'll go Life is Strange.
I didn't play the game, but I just know people are like crazy about.
Is
We're guessing what
is
story
Her
she wants.
Story
Yeah.
in the Games for Change category
is.
as well?
That one doesn't make sense for me.
I'm gonna
Unless
go-
it's-
I don't know what that
Change.
means.
I'm gonna go Life is Strange for that one, and then Her Story for this one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Best art direction: Batman: Arkham Knight, Bloodborne, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ori and the Blind Forest, The Witcher 3.
Ori.
All those games don't have. I don't see that. I don't see what's super special about the art direction in any of those games. They have beautiful art. Bloodborne looks like a prettier Dark Souls and a Goth. It looks like a Castlevania
Yeah.
game. I mean, I love the way the game looks. I think that Witcher obviously really set a bar very high. That's why I always say Fallout 4 is a game made in a vacuum. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's like there's no excuses for a game to look like Fallout 4 anymore. But
I think Ori wins.
I think
but
Ori is
I
definitely
do
the
think
one with
Metal
art
Gear
direction.
Solid 5 has a very defined art direction in terms of camera work and all that stuff that I think puts it.
but
in
is
the
that what they
lead.
mean? Because it's camera
Well, art direction? I don't know. That's cinematography is an art.
Is Bloodborne in any other categories?
It was in
It was game of the year.
Right. I don't think
I
it's
don't
going to be
know.
Game of the Year, so I think they want to give Bloodborne an award, so I think this might be Bloodborne.
For art direction?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Alright.
think
I'm
that
with
like
Ori.
I don't know, I've actually like someone in the office has been playing the expansion and just like the creature design in there, like it does feel like it does feel distinct to me from the Souls proper games, and it does feel just like every scene in that just like drips with this style. I don't know. I like it.
I mean, I definitely was super. I wasn't a huge fan of Demon Souls or Dark Souls, and when I got Bloodborne, I expected more of the same, and it did put its hooks into me because, as I was saying, it's faster.
Mhm.
So it's like a little tinge of arcadiness in it that made me want to play it more. I like fast moving games, and I will say that the game is the most beautiful Castlevania game I've ever seen before. And if Konami didn't have its head so far up its ass, it would go to a studio like From Software and be like, "Can you do this? You know, for one of our great IPs, because it is such a beautiful gothic eerie game." And when you look around, just to look around that city and stuff, I'm like, this is a Castlevania game, and this is a Castlevania game begging to be fucking made. So I do agree with you that it has great style, but Ori, when I think about Ori, I just see like art direction, like the
animated
essence
film.
I don't know. That's a tough one, but I agree with you. It's a pretty nebulous question.
Best score / soundtrack: Fallout 4, Halo 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ori and the Blind Forest, Witcher 3.
Metal Gear, that fucking Kaja Gugu's in that shit.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. That's the only
And
one
Kim
really with like
Wilde.
the license stuff going on. I think because of the license stuff, I'd give it to Metal Gear. But if it's just score, I'd give it to Halo.
What's the one right before Halo?
Fallout.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fallout has some weird, I've noticed, like just weird 80s sensibilities. I can't almost explain it where it's, I don't even know how to explain it. I can hear in my head like the weird chimes, and like when you see an 80s horror movie or something like that, it's like very ambient music that just like comes and goes like very quickly. They do that in like Fallout all the time, and it reminds me of watching like a thriller in the 80s or something like that. I don't know, like I can't explain it any more than that. Maybe I'll try to capture it or something next time I see it. But if they are including soundtrack, I mean, it's got to be Metal Gear, because that soundtrack is really cool.
See, I'm going Halo 5 because I don't see them giving Halo other stuff, and I do think that Halo's always been a game that is scored moment to moment. Like there's songs scored specifically for levels and for moments and stuff. Whereas Metal Gear, I mean, 5, some of the other games have distinctive themes and stuff. 5, I think, just has the freaking cigar song. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Halo is what
and it's
I
great.
picked
I
too.
love it, but I think
pick
Halo's
Halo.
better.
I'm going Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best performance: Ashley Birch as Chloe Price.
Chloe from Life is
Life is
Strange.
Strange. Camilla Ludington as
Tomb
Lara
Raider.
Croft. Doug Cockle as Geralt.
Oh, Geralt.
Geralt. Never
Witcher.
played Witcher. Yeah.
Hard G.
Mark Hamill as the Joker in Batman: Arkham Knight, and Viva Seifert in Her Story.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Life is Strange.
See, I would the Hamill one's a curveball, but you have to wonder how many people are going to vote for him and how many people are going to be like, "Come on,
Yeah.
are we really?"
I mean, we need to think about who the people are voting for this.
Tao.
you
What
know?
would Tao pick?
They're not voting for Mark Hamill. I don't think.
Then it's Ashley. It's
Yeah.
Life is Strange.
Okay, then it's Games for Change. Then
what do you think?
Tomb Raider, like, does Tomb Raider appear on? I'm coming back to that logic of.
Oh yeah, what is
They
getting an
want
honor
to
yet?
tip the nod
Yeah.
to Tomb Raider or something like
And
that.
Tomb Raider is like falling off a commercial cliff right now, so I wonder if they do want to bring some notice to it or whatever. A game that's getting a critical darling that's just not selling.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do want to try to give it a nod. I feel so bad for Crystal. I'll just reiterate that. I feel really bad for them.
But I feel like Ashley Birch is someone that people
do.
want to get behind.
It sucks.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They put that game out to die.
I think that's a strong call. Although I do think that like the fact that Her Story is just the actual actress,
Good point,
the
too.
novelty of that,
Yeah.
could carry the day. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Best shooter: Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Destiny: The Taken King, Halo 5, Splatoon, or Star Wars Battlefront.
Destiny.
Yeah, I say Destiny as well. I don't think it's
The story
cut and
redemption.
dry,
Greg.
but it's one of those for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you talk about critics, like all of our friends in our echo chamber are talking about it, and we're on it, and like this has made so many improvements from Destiny. This is what I wanted from Destiny Vanilla, and here we are. I get really choked up, man. And this Destiny didn't come together, but then it did, and it's what we wanted, man.
Yeah, I'm down with the Taken King. That like revitalized that in a way that almost tempted me back in.
Almost.
Almost.
Best action adventure game: Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Batman: Arkham Knight, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ori and the Blind Forest, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. This is where you give Metal Gear its
Yep.
due.
Oh, show.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise. Although
Tomb Raider Rise.
again, we're just guessing what we think is going to win.
Yeah.
I didn't even play Metal Gear, so.
Best
What the fuck do
role
I
playing
care, Kevin?
game: Bloodborne.
Wait,
Fallout-
what is it? What is multiplayer?
Role playing.
Oh, role playing. Okay, I'm sorry.
Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Pillars of Eternity, The Witcher 3, Undertale.
This is where Bloodborne wins.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Fallout?
Yeah. Because I think Fallout's going to win Game of the Year. So,
Oh.
yeah, this seems to make the most sense. I wouldn't call it a role playing game really, but
Yeah.
I think this is where it's got role playing sensibility. So does Madden. So it's an action game. But yeah, if that's what they're gonna call it,
I'm voting Fallout here. Fallout.
Me too.
I'm going for The Witcher 3. I think that role playing, you're playing that role of Geralt. Now it's super literal, but like I do think that kind of the narrative heaviness of that over something like Bloodborne and then Fallout. I feel like I don't know. I think something about being able to play it first person with a gun in front of you will make people not think role playing.
Best fighting game: Guilty Gear Third Sign, Mortal Kombat X, Rise of Incarnates, Rising Thunder.
Mortal Kombat X, I'll say. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the best fight. I mean, Guilty Gear is a very Guilty Gear is a very hardcore fighting game.
I don't even know what the other
I think
two are.
that's the thing. I think it'll work against it.
But Mortal Kombat will probably win.
Is one of those isn't like Seth Killian's new thing, right? That's not even out yet.
No,
right?
that's not out yet.
Okay, yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Best family game: Disney Infinity 3, Lego Dimensions, Skylanders Superchargers, Splatoon, or Mario Maker.
Splatoon.
You don't think they'll put Mario Maker here?
No.
I think it's Mario Maker unless Mario Maker wins.
I think
overall.
it's Lego. I think that the way they did the Toys for Life stuff with the Lego integration and just having all the different properties mixed in there is like kid catnip.
I'm saying Splatoon.
Yeah,
Splatoon seems like a safe one.
Yeah, I think that if you saw anything that going on with Dan Reichert and Patrick Klepek or whatever with Mario Maker, it's not a kid's game, is it? Well,
But it could.
It's making grown men want to kill themselves.
Oh my goodness. This is fueling blood feuds across the nation.
Did you watch him like finish the Apocalypse or whatever it was?
No.
Yesterday?
No.
Oh, he did it.
I just
and it was
watched
good.
I watched the GIFs that he retweets, and that's enough for me.
They're great, man. I fucking love watching that shit. Best sports/racing game:
All right.
Rocket League.
FIFA, Forza Motorsport 6, NBA 2K16, Pro Evolution Soccer, Rocket League.
Rocket League. Although I think NBA will win. So I think Rocket League is the best. I'm going to say NBA will win.
Wait,
That game is
so
extraordinary.
I think I voted for Rocket League for best like independent thing. Is that right?
No.
That was a category earlier, right?
It did come up
It
earlier.
wasn't
when we all
Yeah.
picked it,
independent. Hold
Yeah,
on.
so-
It was.
Best
Yeah, it was
car
because that
soccer
was
game.
the one that Colin was all
Oh, it was independent. You're right.
up about the Ori part.
Mhm.
So it's FIFA, Madden, and NBA. What was the other one?
Forza.
Forza and Evolution Soccer.
Yeah. Oh, was FIFA and Pro Evo? on
FIFA
there?
and Pro Evo.
Oh, yeah. I think NBA. I think that's a series that like really, I don't know. It like perennially at GameSpot conversations, not a ton of us are like sports game players,
Yeah.
but it's like you look at that game, it's like how could you possibly make a better basketball game? I don't know.
I'm holding strong with Rocket League.
Most anticipated game: Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky, Quantum Break, The Last Guardian, Uncharted 4.
No Man's Sky will win. Horizon's the right answer, but No Man's Sky is the...
I'm going to say Uncharted.
Uncharted 4 is like, it feels closer. I think No Man's Sky is a little tired in terms of anticipation. Like, people been on that anticipation tip for a while. I think that they will want to make a new anticipation kind of target. I think Horizon.
Horizon looks fucking awesome.
Oh my God, doesn't it look so awesome?
Yeah, it really does.
All right, I'm just going to read this one, and I'm going to let
Greg Miller.
whoever wants to add shit into it. Esports Player of the Year: Kenny S. Shrub, who plays Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Lee Faker Sang-hyuk, who plays League. Aloof Meister Kajabjer, who plays Counter-Strike. Peter PPD Dagger, who plays Dota 2.
That guy.
And Syed Sumal with an I, with a number 1 as an I.
Sumail.
Hassan Sumail, who plays Dota 2.
Oh.
I'm voting that dude.
Sumail?
He's like a 16-year-old kid. He won the international with Evil Geniuses, and he was like, I don't know. People were super stoked about that. I'm going with Sumail.
He just said a bunch of words that are also written down, so
He knows.
I'm with him.
Do you watch esports?
No.
Okay.
I watched the international though, because I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this I need to like
Time for me to get boned up on what this
right?
is. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I got totally into it because it was just,
Really?
yeah, just like I think the broadcast like level was enough that it allowed me, like it did what a good broadcast does. It like makes it accessible to, like I was watching the noob stream a little bit, you know, and it was like, okay, they're explaining it in some basic terms. Some of the stuff's going over my head. That's okay. I can get a loose handle on the action and see what's going on. I can supplement it by like asking a coworker. And like if I don't pay attention for 10 minutes and I come back and like I watch some more, like that's okay too. Like, you know, it was kind of like able to be that kind of casual sports-esque viewing experience for me because of the sort of and also the continuity of it year or like over weeks. You know, you could sort of get an idea of a team's momentum, and that like gave me just like a toehold in terms of conception of the broader context.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't understand it at all, but I do think it's cool that they're
You're one of them nerds.
awarding these people. And then there's also Esports Team of the Year, who
We have no
there's,
insight into
yeah,
this.
Bulls.
no idea.
Evil geniuses.
Okay, they're on the list.
Fine,
Fnatic,
that's fine
Optic
with me.
Gaming, SK Telecom,
Optic Gaming I hear
and
about a lot,
Team Solomid. Yeah, I know. I've heard of them. Esports Game of the Year, we got Call of
Dota.
Duty Advanced Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, Hearthstone, and League of Legends.
Dota
League.
2.
Yeah, if they're giving awards to Dota 2 for those teams, as I'm confident they are, I think League's a good call because way more people play League,
People like
I think, than Dota. Is that right? You don't know. You have no idea.
I don't even acknowledge that these games
Here's my
really
anecdotal
exist.
evidence. I made a Dota. We had a trivia night at PAX Prime that I ran, and we had a Dota question. And like afterwards, like 50% of the teams that came up were like, "Why don't you ask us about League, huh?" No one plays Dota.
Yeah,
and
I'm
like
sure
So there
we
you
were
go.
we were in
Fact.
Seattle. So yeah, anecdotally, way more people play League.
I'm one of the old men that refuses to believe anything's happening around them right now with this stuff. So it's just like I'm going down with the ship, Kevin. You understand what I'm saying?
That's gonna be a long,
going
slow descent.
I'm ready. I'll be standing on the starboard side, Kevin, waiting for this ship to crash. But it probably never crash. We're always gonna have single player games, right? On consoles. Remember when consoles were gonna die? That was the thing that was gonna happen at one time. Remember when mobile gaming was gonna kill everything?
Trending gamer. We got our boy, Total Biscuit, Christopher Monte Cristo Mickles, who I don't know who he is. I probably should. Do you?
No.
Okay.
But we don't want to promote the competition. No, we should look into these people.
Greg Miller,
Yeah.
Markiplier, who I'm a big fan of, and PewDiePie.
And for the record, we like all these guys that we know.
Who
Yes.
do I think's going to
I
win?
just
Why?
don't know,
I
of course.
heard news today that Greg is murdering everyone right
But
now.
here's the thing.
I want to let you know that like you're apparently murdering.
I'm
everyone.
aware of the
You're
murdering
the Donald
going
Trump
on,
of that fucking.
but this
of
is
that group.
very much. No one can take their foot off the fucking gas
Because
because
at
again,
any moment,
yeah.
any of those motherfuckers, confirmed, except for maybe Chris, just because I don't know who he is, he might be able to, can just be like, vote for me. And all of a
exactly, it's
sudden,
over.
we're
It's
fucked.
over. That's the problem.
I'm gonna-
Last night, somebody tweeted at me and he's like, "Oh man, you're doing great. You have 56% of the vote. Closest behind you." And then he added Total Biscuit.
Oh,
and gave,
no.
I'm like, don't tell him.
Don't tell them.
He's a very busy man. If he doesn't know, it's like they don't. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna say PewDiePie is gonna win, but I think that I'm pulling for my boy Greg. Obviously,
Me too.
You know, I'm pulling for my boy
Hashtag
Greg. I don't
TGA
want
Greg
Greg to
Miller.
get. I don't want Greg to get his hopes up.
I-
though.
my hopes
and
are
I also
not
don't
up.
want. And I also want to jinx you because I think that the numbers might indicate that you might win.
Well,
and
again, Total Biscuit's right behind me. He's the guy who won last year, so that's the concern. Also, I like Total Biscuit. I've been on his podcast.
Yeah.
Do you think he would win 2 years in a row?
Well, if the vote is
This-
the
If
vote.
this
it's
is
a
the
vote
fan
one.
one. This is
This is
You're
pure
talking about
fan
some
vote.
engineering here, and I appreciate it, but
If the critics were voting on this, there's not a shot in hell of Greg Miller winning this. You kidding me? I've made enemies left and right.
That'd be
your
fucking
association
awesome.
with me alone would lose you the vote.
I'm really, really interested in this, and I'm pulling for you so hard. I
you.
think this would be fucking so awesome
Yeah,
if you won.
We're gonna
this.
put it right there. if we
Remember
get it.
what you were gonna do if you win.
No, I that was a
What
joke.
is it? What is it?
I said for
Well-
Colin said he'd give me $2,000. Well, it went that I said I'd get up and say 9/11 was an inside job, and Colin's like, "I'll give you $2,000 cash if you do that." But
I will.
I immediately
I'll
said
fucking
no.
fly down there
I
and give you the money.
immediately said
He's got
no.
a
And my
briefcase
dad- and
just
my-
waiting on the wings.
My father's a New York City firefighter, all right? And I'm still telling you
If Jeff
that you need to go up there
If
and
Jeff
say
Keighley
that.
is listening, I'm not going to do that. You don't have to disqualify me or throw out my votes. That is not going to happen.
Oh man, that is
I
so
think Greg
funny.
Miller winning that is going to be an
$3,000.
inside job.
$3,000.
Oh, it's going up.
Final one. Best fan creation. We got GTA 5 Targets, the by Hoodoo Operator, Real GTA by Corridor Digital,
Oh.
Portal Stories, Mel by Prism Studios, Super Mario Maker e-reader levels by Bad Boy 78 / They Call Me Shaky, Twitch Plays Dark Souls with the Twitch community. This is cool. I
The
like
Dark
that
Souls
this-
one was really cool, and that's the only one I really know. So.
I like
Yeah, I
that
don't
this
know
is a
much
thing,
of
and the e-reader levels are cool. Like some guy in Mario Maker remade all of the. Remember the e-reader on the GBA and had all those like exclusive Mario 3 levels. He like remade
It was
it.
obnoxious.
It was
That
But
whole
they're
idea
great
was
levels
obnoxious.
though.
I hated it.
So that's cool.
It says reader right in the title. What the hell?
I'm gonna.
I
I
feel like,
want Corridor Digital to win because that Real GTA video was on another fucking level.
yeah, I feel like it's got. I feel like GTA. that like community of people generating content out of that has been felt pretty strong this whole year. I think GTA has to get a nod here.
Yeah, I don't know what the Targets thing is by Hoodoo Operator, but I'm just gonna go with the quarter one because I like them.
Hoodoo
Cool.
Operator.
We'll see how right we are.
How
Go
many,
vote for
how
Greg.
many hashtag Colin was right tweets will we have to view?
Oh man.
Use the goddamn hashtag. You guys are getting a little lackadaisical out there. I don't like it. Your boy Colin M predicted Fallout 4 to a T. Did he not, Kevin? Did he not? Let's never forget that. all
Let's
right?
never forget.
Your boy Colin M called Rocket League a year out. A year out. Let's not forget. Yeah, I'm wrong about a lot of shit, but we don't have to worry about any of that.
There's no hashtag for that.
Colin,
what would it even be?
Colin, I can't recall who said that Tomb Raider's sales were going to get cannibalized by Fallout.
Oh, me, your boy Colin M. But that was an easy one. But that was, you know what I'm saying, Kevin? That was an easy one. That was as obvious as the fucking sky is blue and the day is long. Tomb Raider was going to suffer mightily because of Fallout 4. But what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, when it comes on PS4, it's going to be fun. Probably not. Probably no one's probably going to care there either, to be honest with you. But I want to reiterate. I really feel bad. I rarely feel bad for developers. I really feel bad for Crystal. Could you imagine them looking at like Microsoft hasn't said a fucking goddamn thing about that game's sales.
Did you see that the joke tweet that someone, I forgot who said this, but they're like, wow, it's crazy. The embargo for the review of Tomb Raider's a year out.
That is funny. I feel bad for them because imagine that game is getting critical acclaim across the board, and it's just the nature of when it came out. And we had Aaron Greenberg on the podcast, and he had some great explanations as to why they can't move it, and I appreciate that, but that game was sent to die, and I don't feel bad for Square because I'm sure there was a lot of money made on the deal, but I feel really bad for Crystal.
Do we have American numbers or those?
We're not
going to
get American numbers till next month, and then we're going to have to. The NPD game that you have to play is a tough game because, and it's a fun game. I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually completely obsessed with the NPD.
It goes
game.
Mega Man 2. NPD.
Yeah, NPD.
Mega Man 3.
I've been obsessed with NPD for years. And we used to get real numbers, and that, that's kind of stopped. And Nintendo's really the only one that reports the numbers, which I respect. I respect that they say exactly what they sold, even though and Wii was getting tanked, and like they're still saying, and I think that's really cool. But you have to figure out, like, say Tomb Raider's like number 5, right, next month, and then you have the numbers for number 3. And then you're like, okay, it can't be any higher than this. But then at number 10 is Rock Band or whatever, and it sold this many copies. And you're like, so it's got to be somewhere in there somewhere. But then it's only in the United States, and the Xbox One's strongest here. So then you have to kind of extrapolate those numbers. It's a whole... There's NeoGAF threads dedicated to this that go down the rabbit hole so fucking far that like it's awesome. I read all... I like to sit in bed for hours, and I just read people's charts and their conspiracy theories.
Was that
it's
what
awesome.
that like glow and like acrid smell and like light chanting was all about in the
back?
back? It's like your NPD altar.
It is. I love sales data. I love that in the UK and in Japan they report data, and they don't report data here numerically. And also NPD is becoming useless anyway. Like it's not accounting for retail sales and all that kind of stuff. Then you have to guess about retail. There was a whole fight about Halo's. So, people got mad at me on the Facebook our Facebook fan page because I said Halo's launch was soft, and I'm like, but it was compared to Halo 4 and Halo 3 and Halo 2. But we are just anecdotally figuring this out. We don't really know because then Microsoft releases stuff being like, it's the most played game today on Xbox, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
People have played 2.8 billion hours of Halo in the
Jesus.
first week of release.
God, like, could
not that many
someone
hours in
just
the week.
say what the fuck a game sold, please? For your boy Colin M, can they just release some sales numbers?
You're in rare form, Colin M.
Just send me a text. Just a number. That's all I need.